So this morning I have been busy. It's my last free morning. Tomorrow I start working, and yeah, so I won't be able to tea and chat for a while, but I thought I would show you these. These are the feathers that I was talking about in an earlier video. There are 10 of them, and I have washed them with Dawn, and then I rinsed them really well, and if my camera will focus. Now I'm just letting them dry. I'm just letting them dry here on a microfiber cloth because thought it'd be easier that way. I actually have one on the bottom of them and then one on the top of them. And then also this morning I was trying to light incense and sit outside and yada 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 the same way I do. But I was getting bothered by a fly, so I thought I would put some citronella oil in this unscented candle I have here. But this unscented candle did not want to light for me after I went to the trouble of putting the oil in there. So I stole a wick from a lesser candle with no scent, and I made a eucalyptus and lavender candle for the outside. So let's go outside and burn this candle and see how it smells. Hey everyone, so today I was going to do a tea and chat, but stuff happened and I ended up being in here and making this oil for you all. So if you remember a few months back, I did my Battlefield 2 Raven Wings water that is not here, by the way. But I did that that water, and I wanted to show you something that I've been wanting to do for the past few weeks. And I like to call it Ka oil, or you can call it Battlecry Oil. It's kind of reminiscent of like the scream of the Morrigan when she goes into battle. And again, this is another shielding oil, and I will tell you what some of the ingredients to this oil but others I will leave to your own devices. Of course, measurements and everything is all up to you. It's just about how much you want a particular ingredient in your oil. So let me go ahead and get started and show you what I'm using. So this is my carrier oil. You can use whatever oil you'd like. My carrier oil for this particular oil is going to be olive oil because it promotes peace. And then we have some dragon's tears, which is also it's just peace and comfort and just a really peaceful oil. And next we have Lily of the Valley. Now, why Lily of the Valley? It's very sweet, very sweet plant. It's a very beautiful plant. It's very lots of things, but also it can stop harassment. And also, if you don't know what you're doing, then you're going to get taken down by the poison. And so, read into that what you will, but that's part of this oil as well. And then following that, we have Sandalwood. And sandalwood is just protection and just to keep it all clean. Actually, that should have been before the Lily of the Valley. And then next we have Dragon's Blood, which is just my go-to protection oil. It's a little bit stronger than the sandalwood in my opinion. And then next we have musk. Now, I haven't seen a lot of people use musk in what they do. Again, I'm never about how it smells, more about what it does. And musk can be a very earthy smell. And musk kind of wards off evil and wards off hexes and stuff, puts things back into alignment. And then finally, I have some protection salt here, some black salt. And I have some firewater oil. It's basically, if you follow Tequila's Lady Grave Dancer's firewater oil, you'll have what I have here, but I've put a few of my own implementations in it. And I invite you to do the same with this oil. So first we're going to use our Dragon's Tears oil, and I'm going to put about 10 drops, and so rather than suffer me dropping, I'll go ahead and cut until I get to the next one. Okay, so now that that is complete, I'm going to put in some sandalwood, and I'm going to put in probably about 15 to 20 drops of sandalwood. Okay, so that's the sandalwood. And next we have our lily of the valley, and I'm going to add about 40 dropperfuls of this, or 40 drops of this lily of the valley. And this does not have the stopper. Yay! So that's it for the lily of the valley. And next we have, of course, dragon's blood, and I'm probably going to use what's left of the bottle, because I have another one. Crap. It's oily. Well, it's an oil bottle. Okay. Next is going to come our non-oil ingredients, such as protection salt, and then some remnants from the firewater mixture. Actually, here. Now for for protection salt, I have like a probably like a tablespoon, and I'll probably use about that much for it. This part of the process gets messy when you don't have a funnel. One thing I was going to put in here that I totally forgot that I was going to put in here is chili pepper. And the reason for the chili pepper is because it just makes things work. Like, it just kind of puts that bang on it. It kind of seals the shield, if you know what I mean. It's like, it just kind of puts the kibosh on the bullshit. So let me grab my chili pepper. Hang on one second. The one thing that I do, I don't know if any of you guys are like me in this sense, is that I will use things in very literal terminologies. It doesn't matter what other people are saying something is for. I'll use things in a very literal sense, because in the end of it all, it's my intention. And I got about 3 pinches of chili pepper here. You can feel that work's been done when your hands are completely covered in coal and pepper. Alright. And then finally, our ingredients from the firewater. I think I said this in the beginning of the video, but I'm going to be using not only some of the actual firewater oil, but some of the one of the cinnamon sticks that's been sitting in here, because it's been growing with the protection of the oil. Ugh, this is falling on my hands. So it's carrying with it all of that protection from your previous workings. So give me just 1 second. I really need to wash my hands now. Now, as I said with the Battlefield to Raven Wings water, which I just made a new batch up a couple days ago, it's all about shielding. It's all about protection, and that's it's all about the intent that you put in here. So, as I'm pouring in my oils, my thoughts are of protection, of peace, of just leave me alone and you'll be left alone. Don't leave me alone and engage me and things will happen, etc. You just push in your intent. Just do those things to whatever it is that you like to do to make it your own, to push that intent in, because what I have found, at least from my experience of Children of the Morrigan, is that we're pretty peaceful people, at least most of the ones that I've seen, unless there is some sort of injustice being done to us or those we love, and then we come to their aid, etc. So it's coming from more of a place of just leave me alone and things will be cool. Don't leave me alone and just know I'm protected. So there you go. So I'm doing this in a particular bottle, which has a significance. Everything I'm doing, whether I state in the entire intention or not, has a certain significance. So now I'm going to finish it off with my carrier oil. And this is going to go into my, what was formerly my Dragon's Blood bottle, which is right here. I think it's going to be too much though, but I needed a little bit of oil to keep with me, and that would do. The bottle does just fine. So what we're going to do is continue to shake this over the next week, or next couple weeks, I'm sorry. I try to do it from new moon to new moon, so I'll start the process when the new moon comes around, and I'll just continue to shake it and let it do its thing. So you have the water. I'm doing it so I can see from behind the camera. And now you have the oil. And I just made a small batch because I'm going to be keeping the oil bottle with me. But you just keep on shaking it every day of the new moon, from the new moon to the new moon, and it should work fine for you. Just charge it with the intent of keeping bad stuff away, and then use that peaceful part of the oil to draw that to you during the full moon. And it's kind of like a double-sided shield. You always have your shield, because if you think about your shields, they're not only to keep bad things at bay, but to keep in what belongs to you, what you want to keep in. So there you have it. This is Ka.